Blessings, blessings, blessings. I'm told that I'm on. I want to be on and I want to be off. I want to be on time in harmony with the universe, and I want to be off of a path of the mainstream illusion dream. I want to answer the call to the inner soul light of my higher self. I want to be off with stress, hex, vex, tests. I want to be on with irresistible, charming love that magnetizes self-realization and tender hugs. And I'm thankful for today and all of the viewers and the beautiful audience that we have here today. Life is a wonderful experience. I think that this journey will be a mystical journey. And today, as you can see here, we're going to be talking about showers of mystical power. Power. And we're so thankful for being aware of mysticism. I have a Merriam-Webster's dictionary meaning of mysticism. I'd like to share with you what they're saying.
Mystical.
Mystical. Having a spiritual meaning that is difficult to see or understand. Mystical. Of or relating to mystics or mysticism. Having a spiritual meaning or reality that is neither apparent to the senses nor obvious to the intelligence. Involving or having the nature of an individual's direct subjective communion with God or ultimate reality. So these are some of the meanings that Mr. Webster is talking about. Well, succinctly, I would say mysticism is having a direct experience with the divine, the higher self, the all self, the ever-present reality or origin or supreme creator. Now, as saints and seers and sages have told us that this experience is hard to talk about. It's hard to intellectualize. It is beyond words to describe. And if you eat an apple and someone asks to tell you about the experience of the apple, what are you going to tell them? You know, it was sweet. How sweet? It was bitter. How bitter? What was it's so much involved. So mysticism is beyond a physical experience. So yet that part of our being that is beyond time and space has mystical experience as the norm. And we want to talk about that today. Direct experience with the divine and the higher self. Of course, our conditioning in life has been an emotional, physical, and intellectual condition, and even what we call a spiritual condition from our Western society has been pretty limited And most of the programming that's in our biocomputer is about references of thoughts and ideas and beliefs, somebody else's beliefs. And this is how we are analyzing reality. However, those who are sincerely coming from their hearts on the mystical path are detaching from the intellect and the emotional programming to be open and receptive to an experience that they can't foresee or predict, but we have a knowing that this is the natural process. It's supposed to happen because wise people have told us. So the question is today, how is mystical power intended to work within me in this incarnation? And that question is a question of a sincere seeker. That question is someone who is longing, pining, yearning for that is beyond this world. I tell people about as a teenager in the Army, and I begin to long for spirituality. I would say, I know there's something beyond this experience that people are not seeking. That I know there's something beyond this average world, a mystery. I gotta find that mystery, whatever it is and whatever cost, I gotta find it. And when I told my girlfriend, I gotta find this mystery, I gotta go on this journey, I want you to go with me. But if you don't go, I gotta go anyway. She quit me the next day. And it's too much for some people. Some people want to cling on to the familiar. The mysticism is not the familiar. At least the familiar with the programming that we've had through our upbringing of, grow up, get an education, get a job, work in society, pay your taxes, find someone to share life with, get all the nice material things, have a family. It's a deeper than that, because mysticism is beyond this world, beyond time. So how is that supposed to work in our lives? It's a very interesting question, because as we come into this incarnation, we all come with a blueprint, a contract that we came to fulfill in this incarnation. And in fulfilling this contract, it's beyond the physical, get your education, get your partner. It's about your mystical connection, your awakening and remembering your identity. So many people that have their first initial mystic experience, their whole life changed, and it was a life crisis because their identity was disillusioned, because now they're experiencing a part of themselves that transcend the physical body, that may be remote viewed or bilocated, or part of them that seen a vision of something happening to someone in a distant place, or experience being up above their body. And so now we're saying, okay, well, if I'm up above my body and I'm the conscious one, well, who is my identity? So mysticism reveals not only a direct experience with the divine, but it also reveals true identity. And it's very important because everything that we do, we respond to, surrounds who we identify ourselves to be. Very interesting. So this is going to be a interaction between us and a positive, divine design, synchronized, no coincidences to apologize for our appearance here today. Any volunteers? Kim? Any volunteers? Yeah, okay. You said yeah. What? What's your birthday, Kim?
9/4.
Okay, very good. That's all I need. That's all I need right there.
9/4/65.
Okay, very good, very good. That's what I need. And we're thankful for you. In your being as this incarnation, this vehicle, mystical powers operate. Okay, very good. That's all I need. That's all I need right there. All right, I like that. Okay, so mystical powers operate very good. And I needed that attunement. Right. This is the voice saying that's all I need is to hear that inner voice. So mystical powers in this incarnation for you are to operate profoundly, especially in your ability to be a medium. As a medium, your purpose is to, as the ocean wanes or no, recedes, you are to recede into the individual of the beings around you and to melt into their emotional, psychological state, even awareness of their physical organs and body. And you are to let that intuitive energy of the experience of oneness in them come up through you, and you are to speak those realities that are hidden to the naked eye, those realities that are hidden from the consciousness of the individual or that group. So as a medium, as a channeler, Kim, your responsibility is to detach from personality, opinions, and judgments, and fears, and worries, and doubts, and become empty channel. And this mystical power that is operating in you has come to a new level of application in your life. That's why things have been changing so drastically and intense in your life. Movements, change of location, change of relationship, change of self-worth, change of one's emotional body having power over your moods and attitudes. This new discipline, surrender, severance of unhealthy relationships is your soul in its awareness of the timing of your contribution to the whole. So this mediumship gift will cause you to have be recognized by many people. And a part of the humiliation and debasing and disrespect of your being, you chose to go through these experiences so that you could be grounded in humility when the fame and recognition comes to you, that you will not be swayed or moved. As the master say, insults and praises are all the same. So how is mystical power intended to work within me in this incarnation? So as a medium, you are actually expanding in yourself and other people's body. You are actually eradicating the borders that are for most people security, for sanity of their narrow view of their identity, their narrow composition. Here's me and that's others. I'm safe here in this me here. But it's not so safe. It's not such a safe feeling to the intellect and the ego with limited identification when one merges out of the body. One merges out of the, so to feel other people's emotional and psychological states can be tricky, because if you are not free enough from the entanglement with the lower self, you'll think that you're going crazy, that it is your thoughts and your emotions that you're feeling. And it can be very scary and one could panic. That's why in the ancient mystery schools that you have so thoroughly attended, the nervous system had to be made strong to handle the intensive wattage and the experiences that were beyond the present collection of data in the mind. So you spend a lot of time learning and building that mind in this life. And so now you're spending a lot of time unlearning. So, So we're so thankful, because as we look at the chart of right now of the planet, and I can hear someone viewing this on the web and saying, oh man, he's using Western astrology. Why isn't he using Vedic astrology? And my response to you is that you could use Vedic astrology, Western astrology, ancient Kemetic astrology, and be wrong or right. The key is not what you use. The key is what level of awareness that you have awakened in your consciousness. The method is not so important as the user. the vehicle that we're riding in is not so important as the being that's in the vehicle, guiding that, driving that vehicle. Interesting enough, we can see that the emphasis in this lifetime in our Western society, the vehicle, the body gets more attention than the being, the soul, the eternal being in it. And the mystical part of us is beyond time and space and name. And so that's why we see so many saints and seers and sages of the ages that they didn't really care a lot about how they look. You know, some of them, you know, didn't have much clothes or anything. They were concerned about the effects. They're holding that direct connect and being able to induce, awaken, and experience a jump start of higher consciousness of oneself, of a mystical experience for someone else to get on that journey, to be able to awaken and remember themselves with the wholeness of their being. So one of the things in the second, the moon at 9 degrees Pisces, the moon is always dealing with the second. Because it is the fastest moving planet in our solar system, it is the symbol of the moment. So it's a glyph that represents the moment, the here and the now. And it also represents water in our bodies, which is the dominant factor. And it also represents one's inner subconscious receptive state. So the moon in the moment happens to be on its 28-day cycle conjunct the planet Neptune. Both of them are 9 degrees in Pisces. Neptune rules Pisces. So we are actually in a mystical moment as we peak. So peep into this moment, relax into it, melt into this moment. This is a moment of your being able to feel your true identity, your soul and your spirit. How much, viewers, can you release thoughts and worries and doubts of yesterday and tomorrow? How much can you stop judging and trying to figure things out and analyze and just sit, breathe, and feel and be open, detached, and intend to experience? This feels good. This place. So, what's your birthday, sis? 10/16. Very good. Very good. Ten 16 brings us to the harmonics of the self and other. And in the awareness of the other, if one gives too much attention, one loses the awareness of self. In the awareness of self, if one gives too much attention, one loses the awareness of the other. So the Aquarian age is the ability to be aware of self and others simultaneously. And as we melt in this awareness of self and others, we begin to see the oneness, how the other is the self and the self is the other, and how it merges together. At this place in your life, learning to transmute energy, to move energy, to be conscious of the manipulation in relationships of energy, the absorption of energy from others, especially toxic, pessimistic, fearful, low self-esteems and worries and fears of other people, and the ability to assist others in their healing through drawing these energies out, moving them through your body and releasing them. And in this state of being love and compassion is the recipe to relax those individuals, to feel trust and comfort in you, and to open up not only their hearts, but to open up their pain body, especially men, and to allow a confession, as though to a priestess, for a healing, for forgiveness of their own selves. So in this state, this beautiful place of spiritual evolution, the ability to release your past pain in relationships of misuse, disrespect, verbal abuse, deception, to let go and release, and to unconditionally have compassion on the psychological and emotional retardation of others. And these vibrations of open-hearted compassion creates a rapport and a comfortable feeling as a child with the mother, for others to receive your counsel and benefit by your silence and observation and listening. Trust in your visions. Though your visions may not be crystal clear at times or colorful, yet you see images. Trust in those images and allow those images to guide your actions and your words, because those images seek, through your attention and trust, to crystallize and clarify with color and sound for your ability to have direct connection with your mystical power through clairvoyance, and your ability to social work and therapeutically benefit those that are under crisis now, those that are extremely torn up within, though they front and manifest that everything's okay in their life. Blessings. So in the conditions of now, what is the energetic weather conditions of the mystical power here and now? So Neptune and the moon is allowing us to drop ourselves into the ocean of wholeness and to allow the ocean to drive us and guide us. We have Saturn and Scorpio in the other water sign. We have Mars and Cancer in the other water sign. So we have this grand trine of water. This water energy is telling us to let go and relax. And it's not easy for city folks to let go and relax, especially if you got to drive places. You can't let go and relax while you're driving. You got to be so attentive and looking out for the other person. But to make the space to be able to let go and relax, and in letting go and relaxing, Saturn is saying, discipline yourself in the mystical Scorpio energy. And in that centeredness, there will be a purging. And what is being purged in there? What is being purged is what comes to the surface in your being at this time, your thoughts and your ideas and your emotions that are giving you stress and trouble right now. It's going to come to the surface, Saturn and Scorpio. And guess what? At 28 degrees, Saturn and Scorpio is squaring Venus and Jupiter conjunct in Leo. Both 28 degrees, an intense position. So Venus and Leo is saying, okay, I want to have some fun and rejoice, and I want to be jubilant and happy, and I want to expand in recreation activities and money, and especially romance and relationships, right? Saturn is saying, okay, I'm going to square this energy right here. And so you're not going to have none of the joy, the jubilance, the finances, unless you incorporate the mystical energies of Saturn and Scorpio. That's what a lot of people are missing now in Venus, relationships and love. So Jupiter is expanding Venus, but the lower self of Jupiter expansion is overindulging in foods, in material and shopping, overindulging in relationships, superficial social butterflying around, overindulging in Leo self, the little self, the beauty, and how glamorous I am, overindulging in partying or going out to fun things, which really is an escape from the serious Saturn and Scorpio to saying you can have some Venus and some Jupiter. You can have some expansion, some wisdom, some love of philosophy. And Venus and Jupiter in his higher self is saying, look at the beauty and the creativity and the symmetry and the intuitive universality of the divine as your own being, Leo. Look at the royalty of your inheritance, your legacy. You are the ancestors' return. Saturn is squaring right now, saying this mystical power is commanding you to pay the price of releasing, sometimes through upheaval, the debris that is clogging up your channels from the energy flowing. Saturn and Scorpio is saying we are old, ancient, spiritual beings that have great power. And our power is to give a physical manifestation from the unseen. But this physical manifestation from the unseen, one has to do the work of having faith and trust and detoxifying toxic thoughts and emotions. So Mars in Cancer, it's designed family activities. It's designed emotional security right now. But it's being opposed by Pluto and Capricorn, which is saying to us, once again, Pluto co-rules Scorpio with Mars, is saying serious spiritual guides want you to create moments of significance and align your personal desires and even your family relationships with your soul and your spiritual mission. So we know that every interaction, there's an exchange of soul energy between us. And this interaction right now for male, Mars, Yang energy, is creating upheavals, transformation, psychological and emotional pain, becoming aware that the desire nature, the sexual drive, the cravings out of control got us on a fiending path. And tomorrow will have us suffering because the energy was made to take the Mars, the desire, to go within, take the Kundalini, the sexual energy, to rise it up, take the aggression and anger energy and to mutate it. This is mystical energy that's going on right now on the planet. Anybody have any questions so far?
Can you talk more about the Saturn Scorpio part?
The Saturn Scorpio part, yes.
Not just how that's in Scorpio and more about that.
Yes,
Energy
yes,
with Saturn.
yes. Well, really, when you look at Pluto and Capricorn and Saturn and Scorpio, they're really saying the same thing because Saturn rules Cap and Pluto rules Scorpio. So we're getting a double dose. Okay, so Saturn and Scorpio is saying all karma, your past actions dealing with sexual drive, sexual energy, intimate relationships is up for review. She asked a question, but she got called. And Saturn is saying that one must take responsibility for cleaning the spiritual colon so that one cannot be congested and clogged up and the universal spiritual energy can flow to you. Saturn in Scorpio is saying to us that it's going to be work of discipline, energy contracting, and it's going to be intense energy. So contracting our energy, we're now trying to form a Scorpio experience, a mystical experience. But contracting our energy, we're now withdrawing our consciousness from external distractions. We're contracting our energy as a vacuum to go within. But as we go within with the Saturn, we're seeing clearly what is our phobias and our fears. What are we feeling guilty about? What secrets are we hiding from ourselves? And that type of honesty in oneself clears the cells and clears the channels that the finer energies can come through, the galactic mystical energies that can come through. And then we will have the capacity to transmit spiritual emails. Yeah. Pluto in Capricorn is showing us that death on a lower level with Mars opposite, we're seeing hate, anger, and death, crimes, and murder, crimes of violence. We're seeing past karma and things that have been so Capricorn suppressed and held down. It's exploding like a volcano in people. And you got the murders, the police brutalities. You've got also, it's a lot. Pluto in Capricorn is disease in the body. And diseases that will reveal themselves that have morphed into diseases that are so powerful, the past medicines that were able to heal them cannot heal. We got death of businesses and organizations and governments and death of businesses, organizations, and governments that are the product of some higher manipulation or more expanded manipulation to create more manipulation with finances. Mergings are one way to say that, of businesses. Uranus is in Aries right now at 20 degrees. And Uranus and Mercury are trining. Uranus in the fire sign of Aries, Leo in the fire sign, Mercury in the fire sign of Leo. But the square is between Mars and Uranus, Cancer and Aries. So what is happening with that is that the communication now can be very cosmic if we tap into that Uranus part and allow the collective conscience to come through our communication. But we got to have faith and be fearless to speak that way. We got to be able to overcome our fears and to allow something that is not already registered in the references of our memory banks to happen. You know, lots of people, they stop everything if they cannot reference some kind of memories and learn stuff about it. They're really limiting themselves because there's so much reality beyond what we have in our memory banks. So this is the higher mystical communication, is to become a channel. And there's a way to feel it, to know that it is a malevolent power that is coming through of your higher self to be able to speak and express. So not just speak, but the fire is saying express. What is expressing? Give you a little example of yesterday walking down University, walking near Howard University, and there was a young guy with locks and stuff, and I felt the urge. And as he walked past, I said, "Brother, I could see you got consciousness. Your aura is showing that." He said, "Yeah, I'm trying a little bit. I got consciousness." And I just said what I felt. But I didn't know the result. To know that affected him so much, him and his partner walked down the street, turned around, come back to me. Brother, how did you know that? What's your birthday? And I started telling him, man, what happened last November in your relationships and how you are creating your own pain because you're so sensitive, but you are attracting these, you're being attracted to these women because of their bodies. So what I'm saying to you is that we have to realize that the mystical power is not for us personally, just for our personal lives, because mystical power is a electricity that's flowing through everything. And in order for it to operate, we have to be involved with everything and be spontaneous at the point. Do you know that words that you share with a stranger at the right time can do some of the best blessed things on the planet? It can stop the stranger from abusing someone else. It can give someone high self-esteem. It can change their whole day and cause them to create a chain reactions of smiles and love. But it can also cause them to begin to love themselves and to believe that the divine creator is actually paying attention to them. That's a powerful thing for a lot of people that feel forsaken and abandoned and lost in the source of obliviousness. So, mystical powers, showers of mystical powers. Showers because look at Leo, the sun, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus are all in Leo, right? Venus is going backwards. Mars will be joining it soon. And Uranus is saying, okay, let me electrify all of them together. And Saturn is saying, okay, I'm going to square them because I want this energy to be moments of significance. I don't want people to just get all excited and stirred up into a shouting ball game crowd and just releasing stress. But I want this energy to be applicable to the evolution of the soul and the purification. Saturn in Scorpio, Pluto in Capricorn. Purify thyself. And so the higher self don't need purifying. It's impeccably perfect. It's the lower self that's blocking the higher self. So the lower self is acting like doo-doo stuck in the colon. That's what the lower self is. It's like all these ideas and belief systems and fears and phobias. And okay, boom, we're a little kid. Mommy is teaching us. Mommy is saying, okay, daddy is teaching us. All right, smile. All right, do this and do that. So the first thing we're learning is to make our mom and dad smile. So the first thing we're learning is what? To placate to others to get what we want. And then it's keep increasing as we grow up. And so basically for most people, relationships about pleasing the other person's addictive patterns so that they can get praise from it. So the person that we're pleasing their addictive patterns is our prison, and we're in prison to them people. So we're not really tuned into our soul. We're tuned into the strategies of the brain to conceive all the best ways to make that person happy, to fulfill the conditions, did I say conditions of their love? This is deep. So the relationship begins because of our conditioning and all the movies that we watch and what parts in those movies and ideas and communication that we thought were nice enough to collage the puzzle together of the ideal person that would make me happy. Then we take this screen and project onto a person that has some attractive qualities to us. And now we don't see them for who they truly are. all we're looking at is our projection of these ideas of that person. So now we've hypnotized ourselves. And so this person says, wow, this person likes me. And they're expecting me to be this way. So I'm going to act this way for them. And then you get to a square, a hard point in your life of trial and tribulation. And then the acting has to stop because the truth comes out under pressure. The truth comes out under pressure. And then you go, whoa, that's not in line with who I thought you were. But who you thought they were was an image in your head that is not reality, but all these concepts of data put in a biocomputer. So then after checking in Heartbreak Motel enough times, we begin to question reality and look for truth. And as truth reveals itself on this journey in our life, truth begins to teach us through a mystical experience. And this is not through rationalizing. Something intuitive comes up and says into us that we got to learn how to love. Love is a valuable thing. That's why I left that up there. I didn't put that up there, but I like that word. What's love backwards? That's right. Evolve. Okay, so this conundrum that we're in, okay, so as we begin to love more, we learn how to see people and ourselves for who we truly are. And then the next level is we learn to observe the riffraff of our thoughts and judgments and fears and attachments that pop up as we see people for who they are. And we learn to release that and let that go. So in relationships, that type of true love that we want in a relationship means that if you're seeing people for who they truly are, then either you're going to accept them with their idiosyncrasies, or you're going to say, my favorite new line, no to the most and yes to the best. Say that with me. No to the most and yes to the best. And so the best is our divine self. But the beautiful thing about this is that this fear that's ingrained in us in society is like, man, if I got to find somebody quick so I can enjoy life. I got to find the right person. We let that fear go and we realize that a lifetime, 100 years is a short amount of time. And I can never find the right person to love me enough unless I become loved to be living on that frequency, continue, so that the law of attraction will fulfill itself. I seen briefly on Netflix, Whatever Happened to Nina Simone. I got to go back to see that. I seen a little bit today.
I watched it.
Nina was going through a lot. I Put a Spell on You, that beautiful song. It's about her husband. Beat her, abuse her, and knock her in the... And she kept going back to it because he put a spell on her. And that spell inherited in ourselves from our slavery experience of pleasing the master. And I deserve to be beat. So, what's your birthday?
December 6th.
Beautiful, beautiful. A very good cheer. And so it is very, very important thoughts, feelings that will intensify more and more in your being as Saturn goes back into Sagittarius, your sun sign, and stays there for close to 2 years. And as Saturn crosses across your sun, it's like it is saying to you, and you've already, it started Christmas Eve when Saturn entered Sagittarius out of Scorpio. It's 2 years, but it decided to go back in Scorpio because a lot of us people with heavy Leo stuff generation, with Scorpio was squaring, we thought we got away with something. So Saturn said, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna square y'all, and I'm gonna teach y'all a lesson about getting rid of that Leo ego. And well, especially for us people who are praying and saying, I want to be spiritual. We asked for it. Right. So your purpose, you're focusing, moments of significance, grounding more into the awareness of your divine self. That's going to be the issue with Saturn cross through. So your responsibility. So you're going to feel more pressures and responsibilities, both at work and within yourself. And these pressures are squeezing to bring out what needs to be purified. Like you squeeze a sponge, everything come out of it. And it's not a bad thing if you release. If you contract your muscles, then it could be very painful. So, but Saturn is also focusing and crystallizing your ability to have visions and to see in light. And your authority of who you are and what you're about. When I say authority, I am talking about your ability to call the shots and have other people fill in the dots. I'm going to talk about your ability to command, because we all have in our being leadership qualities and servitude qualities, and they must be balanced in us. So the Cancer energy, any Cancers in the house? The Cancer energy is about this Mars energy now with the Cancer. It's like, okay, Mars coming through the Cancer sign, the need to be assertive with honesty from one's feelings, the need to release past angers and resentment, the need to initiate family bonding and honesty, to express nurturing, to be a warrior of nurturing, be courageous and a pioneer of nurturing. And because Mars is opposite Pluto now, to be a psychic surgeon, which the surgeon is very skillful about getting below the peripheral and the outer into what's really going on, and to find out what is the issue here that's causing imbalance, and to bring that out. So you're doing wonderful in your journey of self-purification and loving yourself. And do not get discouraged when you don't maintain your discipline as you want to. Be gentle with yourself, because you are consistent. And do not get angry when other people underestimate you and your ability and your servitude and devalue your nurturing qualities and your emotional intelligence. And one more thing, you are now moving into a new cycle of initiating spiritual family. You are the one that is sensitizing to people you have not met yet in this particular lifetime and befriending them and nurturing them and inviting them into the family. Hospitality, oh man, that dish that you fixed out at the beach was the statement of hospitality to all and nurturement to all. It was the most healthy and beautiful appearance. That's what I'm talking about. Hospitality to all. Swami Ramanathan from India, when I met him at the first, my rainbow gathering in Mount Shasta in California, a Cancer, he was teaching hospitality to all. So Swami Ramanathan said, okay, let's stay up and make chapatis tonight. So tomorrow's the 4th of July. It's the big day for the rainbow gathering, where everyone in the rainbow gathering comes and make a circle and pray for world peace. So we're at Mount Shasta, and we're up on this cliff, a vista overlooked way out, and everybody gathered, and we had the chapati. So he made the chapatis for us to give to everyone the bread. Do you know when we start giving those chapatis out, offering hospitality to everyone, cancer, tears flooded our eyes, and the tender joy, it was like everyone was crying, passing out bread to each other. It was such a sacred feeling of family. And do you know this legend of this covenant? This legend of this covenant appeared over the cliff in the blue sky. While we were crying our eyes, appeared a gigantic rainbow at that same moment. This was a mystical experience. This was a mystical experience. We're already weeping and crying and passing out, breaking bread, chapatis with everybody. We just prayed for, we entered a state beyond our own personal consideration. We wasn't thinking about our own, we're thinking about world peace for the planet. So we got outside the little self, we merged. So now there's tender tears because we realize something deeper is happening in ourselves. And so it manifests at the rainbow, which was exemplified of the covenant of peace. It was a mystical experience.
Oh, no, I made it. Oh, no, I made it. Oh.
Remember, I want you to remember my prophecy. Remember the prophecy. I searched for my true self, it eluded me. I searched for the spiritual sister, oh, where could she be? I search for the dependable brother. Oh, when will I see? I searched for my true self and found all three. Remember the prophecy. I want you to remember the prophecy. I search for the sacred mother. Oh, where could she be? I search for the father of the sun. Shine your light on me. I search for all humanity. Awaken and see. Only knowing the Most High can you be strong. Source of reality. Source of reality. Remember my prophecy. I want you to remember my prophecy. I search the highest mountain, looking for the pure fountain. My soul is thirsty. I searched in your town. I was looking all around for spiritual unity, equality in the community. Oh, the prophecy. I want you to remember my prophecy. Prophecy, a reality. Prophecy, a reality. I search for the woman or man who would overstand. One God, one aim, one destiny. Remember. Turn to somebody. Turn to the person beside you and say, remember the prophecy. And see, the ancient prophecy, the ancient Kemetics traveled through all the time periods of the planet. They knew what each time period was about for the evolution of the soul. This time period being 2-8, which would be one of the hardest time periods to incarnate in and to be a spiritual being, because the hill of the dead was a time where materiality and utilization will be at its highest, and people will be entranced by the external world of physical. But if we were ancient initiates, we look forward to this time period because we knew that in this time period that we incarnated in, we could quantum leap thousands of years of evolution in this one body because how hard it was. Remember the prophecy. Remember that showers of mystical powers are happening now. Even the scientists are registering sun flares that are creasing off the sun and our planet moving closer to the sun, which is all symbolism that is representing the soul, the lightning galvanizing of the soul to cause us to awaken and remember. How is mystical power intended to work within me in this incarnation? There's no doubt mystical power was intended. Mystical power is this supernatural power that's beyond description and beyond intellectual grasping. It is the magic. It is the phenomena that happens through and around us for the higher good. What's your birthday? June 25th. Beautiful. Beautiful. So that began the Cancer transit, the beginning of Cancer in your natal chart. And as Saturn comes into Sagittarius, September and October, this is your time of great transformation, where what you've been seeking to materialize and to ground and to establish more of the connection with resources and the earth, the ability to be able to make resources to benefit other people with those resources in your spiritual work, the ability to teach and receive resources for your teaching. And at this time, oh yeah, it's coming through clear. Once again, the soul is in the experience of forces and energy moving through other bodies and beyond bodies. And the importance of the soul to ground energetically that these forces do not overwhelm or direct or move the soul out of clear intuitive receptivity is paramount. That the soul merge evermore with the stillness of nature, with the movementless of thought, with the observation of waves flowing through one's body without judgment or thought or following. And as the waves subside, the clarity will crystallize in the ability of the soul to interpret the energies of those to be healed, to speak that energy forward, to name it, to clarify it, and to manage it into a harmonious experience in the body of self and the clients. At this time, the forces of sudden changes intensify in the soul's being. Therefore, surrender and trust in change for the good, for the highest good of the soul. Detaching from emotions that would be raveled, seeking or desiring to hold tight for emotional security. Contradict all clinging and release, staying centered in one's energy body will benefit one's healing work and the manifestation of the material resources to enhance the same. Blessings. I want to just, we're about coming to an end here. And I want everyone to do a little exercise as we come to the end. I want everyone to partner off with someone and sit beside someone as a partner. Okay. And this is a mystical experience. Relax and trust in this experience. I want each, okay, so what we're going to do is A is going to be the transmitter and B is going to be the receiver. And then we're going to switch receiver and transmitter. And it's only going to be only for about 3 minutes, the transmitter and the receiver. Now, I want us to look in each other's eyes because the eyes are the windows of the soul. And when A transmit, I want the person that establishes who is going to be A first, I want you to bless him with your thoughts, no words. Bless that person that is receiving with your thoughts. We're going to do this for about 3 minutes. Do not break eye contact. And with love, thoughts of love and upliftment and joy. want you to try this at home. I want you to try this with someone too. It's a very powerful experience. And do not allow any facial expressions on the person's face. Do not follow any facial language. We're looking at the eyes, the windows of the soul, and we're sending a transmission through. Okay, you ready? So we're going to change now the receivers and we're going to reverse rows of the receiver and the transmitter. Is everyone ready? Make eye contact. Let's begin. Okay. Very good. Very good. All right. Very good. Now, we want to, okay, turn your seats back around. Okay. Now, I want everyone to look at everyone else and send them a big smile. Everyone, and look everyone in the eyes and send them a big smile. Make eye contact with everybody. Eye contact is very important. Send them a big smile. Very good. All right. Did anybody's energy shift? Tell us about it.
I felt it in my throat. Your mind comes in and says, why are you feeling your throat? What's up? But what came up for me is to speak.
Wow.
Because I could feel it right here. And I thought maybe she was focusing, but she wasn't. She kept looking at me. And I was
beautiful. Anybody else? It's right in the third eye.
Yeah, it was like, and I felt my body like on like.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
As the receiver. Mm-hmm. So then you were getting heart touch therapy. Anybody else? And any questions about anything that we heard today? If everybody is full and fulfilled. Let's take a couple deep breaths. It is with the intentions of divine love in universal perspective of all beings to uplift, to heal, to enlighten, to ease the pain, to inspire the soul as to trust in their higher selves and trump over fears and remove the doubts. It is the soul's yearning to flower and to fructify into proliferation of wholeness and wellness in the continual states of tranquility and jubilance, in the divine quality of creativity and playfulness, in the lightness of light particles, in the stillness of the eternal now. These expressions, though only words, point to the mystical experience of your true selves. One whole self multiplied into incarnations in the physical realm to rejoin and remember unicity and wisdom of divine love in all of its attributes and qualities and dimensions of simultaneous states of being, of omnipresent awareness, of gentle surrender and mercy and forgiveness and compassion on those at different places of evolvement. Know the true self and identity by continuing the vigil of observation as you enter in the world that is invisible of energy. Know the true self that you are, that you may, as it were, jumpstart, that you may fan a wild fire of incarnated souls, stimulated into expanded awareness that the true meaning of life be fulfilled, that one's mission of oneness, harmony, and balance be actualized. Trust in the process. Walk into the unknown. Fearlessly, there is no harm for you. Love and faith, persistence, reapplication with tender compassion for self and all selves is the keys to unlock the mystery of self in this lifetime. So be true to your mission remaining in the integrity of honesty in the self and with all selves for the fulfillment of the highest good. And so shall light, love, and jubilance be your state. And this will ignite the same in many. Encourage yourselves and be of good cheer. Blessings and Hotep. Ashe. So we like to turn it over to Sister Dorita.
Thank you. That was good. Yeah, very good. That's very good. And I thank you for that exercise because the energy that you were giving me is in my throat. And I know that that's the next place where we're going to create. In other words, the mouths of Mary are closing and women won't have as many children, physical children. Giving birth, you already know that they've been cutting this across the tummy, so they're not coming through the canal. So the birth is not going to come from the throat. Whatever you speak will be manifesting into reality, everything. So you want to be spiritual, you want to have all this good stuff, and you're working on it. The minute you start speaking it, you're going to see it manifesting in reality. So I thank you for the love energy that you were giving me. Okay, our classes are going to be starting in September, so we'll have a class on Wednesday night. So that will be the class for the one-on-one, so we'll be starting. If there will be one, because I never know if there's going to be a class or not. People say they want to come, whether they come or come back, I don't know. So that'll be a Wednesday night. The first Wednesday after Wednesday, so that'll be that class. The Emerald Ball. We are going to have a ball this year. It's going to be a very nice ball. And it's going to, I want you to start looking for your outfits now. Wear something green, something white, something very festive, something kinetic. Okay? Tell your friends, and we're going to start advertising this ahead of time so that we can have a nice ball. Because I really would like for this to be something that we do annually. We weren't able to find a picnic site because we want to cook out site. So because the ones in Rocky Park they go really, really fast. So if anybody can find one, then we can just say, hey, let's do this thing and bring some food together and do it together. Something cool. Let's just do it. We can do it. Backyard, whatever. We can do it.
And a coffee bar.
Do we have to register or anything? Okay, then let's do it. Can you make that happen for us? The site or the place?
No, it's a matter of us getting together, deciding.
Oh, well, we just go.
And we all get there
Okay, let's do
early,
the
get our
15th.
spot, or send somebody out, some scouts out early to scout our spot. And then tell everybody where it is, and then we all.
Okay, so let's do that, the 15th. That was the date.
Okay.
So we can still do it.
So it's like September the 19th.
No. This is for the cookout.
Oh, okay, not the Emerald Ball.
No, the Emerald Ball is the 19th, September 19th. But the cookout, which is just all of us coming out, having fun, kicking it. Like you bring some music, you bring some food, you bring and we just get there. It's not. It's planned, but it's not planned type of thing.
There's a love fest going on at Manifest Rise on the 15th that I'm supposed to be performing. So I'm just saying that out
Is that
loud
during the day?
It's during the day. It's usually what about 4?
Usually around 6,
Around 6?
7, yeah. That's right.
Okay, so that's when it will start.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, I know that that's a community that we would tap into.
What time are we talking about?
Originally we said, what was your time? 2 to dusk? Something like that. I think we started. I forget.
A question then, would we be willing to move it to the 16th Sunday or no?
Okay.
I mean,
Anybody have any
Yeah,
objection?
for everyone.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh my God, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
So then can we do noon or 11 instead?
Yeah.
That way we'll start by here, we will stay here.
Right.
Instead, yeah. Is that good? What? Uh-oh, come on.
No, I thought we would do everything then.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Instead of coming here,
We
we
go
will go
there.
there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can also just have our, we can record it. And or transmit it,
Sound like a plan?
because it can go on somebody's phone if nothing else.
Right. Okay, there it is, 16. Good.
Put it down.
So that's
So what
August
do
16.
What are we calling it? What are we calling it?
Service in the park.
Church in the park.
Church in
No.
the park. I like that.
Spirit in the park.
Spirit in the park, yes.
Spirit in the Park. ISE.
So bring your drums and your, what's that thing?
Tambourine.
And we're just gonna do it.
I'll bring drinks, I'm gonna get these.
Okay.
Okay, so, yes.
I was just gonna say, if it's Spirit in the Park, we say service and.
Just spirit in the park.
Yeah, feeding the soul in the
Yeah,
park.
yeah, spirit in the park, that's all, they ain't making it difficult. Everybody bring something, whatever you can bring,
Right. Okay, who's gonna be anointed the scouts to get there early? to get the
Yes,
cake?
I don't even know where that is.
Yeah, I can do that.
You do
And
that?
can you give us the
Yeah,
rest? I don't even know.
Oh, that's the one.
So-
And the cost is a little tricky, it's not that tricky, but
Just Google
You might
Anacostia
wanna-
Escape Pavilion.
it's just coming, depending on which side of the park you're on.
You know
You
what,
get a little
you're
lost
right.
coming in.
What I would like to
Trying
do,
to be
if
a
someone
man.
could drive, I would like to actually go out there and before time and, investigate and see what spots would be nice, and then I could then kind
Then
of
we
make a
can
little
know
map
which
of
one we
direction.
want to go to, yeah.
Right.
Cause I have no idea, you say I don't see it.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever heard of the Watkins Park out,
Watkins, yeah.
Yeah, you need permits.
Watkins Region.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
need-
We can't eat in there.
There.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
really?
can't.
Oh,
No.
good.
Green
We
Belt
can
has
ask.
the
It's a
lake.
big, it's a beautiful park there, but it's just a ways to drive. a long
Which
way to
one?
Drive.
Watkins.
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 That's in Upper Marlboro. It's
Oh, Central
beautiful. It's
I'm past Six Flags.
It's not that far. It's once you take the Central Ave, I mean, I know Uncle Marlboro maybe sounds a bit far, but once
Right.
you take the Central Ave.
You know what you can also do for
It's like
Lincoln?
for.
right at the top of the hill.
Do we have to have a reservation?
No, you go up there and get your spot the same way.
So Fort Lincoln's close to that and.
I don't know, cause I don't know where it is, I can't.
So can we scout out both places to see which?
Can you drive and I come
I
with
can
you?
ride, yeah.
Let's do that. Let's scout out the places.
Okay.
Good, there we go.
And then we scouting out Anacostia, what come to my mind was over the Escape Pavilion. Because
That's the best place.
they have free skating, if somebody chooses to skate like myself.
Right?
And you can set up the area for cookout and the water. is right
Plenty
there
of
as well.
parking.
And there's plenty of parking. The
Because
water's
it's not
right
in
there.
a cost.
And if anybody has kids, they got that. So that's right about the parking right there too.
Yeah,
You
the
know,
playground
for all
there.
of
Yeah,
that-
I'm gonna leave it up to you guys, because I don't know these places, and
Well,
all of them sound good to me.
Oh, yeah,
Go
well.
ahead.
Haynes Point is what I was thinking. All of that scouting out.
Now it's really coming out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
They don't have-
It's plenty of parking, if you scout out over there by there, but yeah, it's a lot of.
So you're gonna
traffic.
start at Haynes Point, you guys are gonna.
Did you have an
start out,
objection?
I don't really like it.
Okay,
I just like, I don't know.
What? You like what?
I mean,
She
we can
like
go
other
wherever.
places.
We can go wherever you want.
Okay, what do you like? I mean,
She said she wasn't particular about Haynes
Okay,
Point.
but Watkins, that's a beautiful park.
No, Anacostia, I mean, I don't mind
Oh,
Anacostia. I was just suggesting things that.
Anacostia, I need to go there and look, I've been there years. So. But yeah, we're gonna, manifest the best spot.
There you go. If I don't know Anacostia, I'm not too fond of Haynes and Nazareth.
Yeah, me, I'm just saying.
I like her idea too, so whatever y'all decide, I will be there.
They got an indoor pool.
Sister, you want a fresh tan from the ocean?
I sure
I
did.
got sun kids.
Even with the umbrella.
It works around it, you know, I slow roast it, that's basically.
Do you guys got any?
Okay, so let me finish with the announcements.
Well, I
and,
sent you one picture that I had. I don't have a lot of them, but I do
Just
have
have
some
some
pictures
pictures
that's
Before we get too far off track.
All right.
All right, any other announcements about, excuse me, any other announcements that's happening in our community that we need to know about?
Want to know that stuff? I'm still on the front.
We didn't get the flyers out. I had some people who actually wanted to come, and I was trying to do flyers. I do not do flyers on the computer. I've been using the same flyer for years after year, that one right there. And I couldn't get the pictures and stuff to even put it together to send it out, so. I think we're going to do that in September.
I'm sorry.
She wasn't in town. It's okay.
No, I'm just saying.
It's okay. So, what else is going on? The meditation group is on Thursday nights. We are at the solar plexus chakra. We're moving on up to the heart. People are getting a lot of positive stuff out of this particular meditation class. And I like that. I like it when they're getting it, when they're open and receptive and they're actually receiving it. You know, I can see the chakras opening. So this is good. Any other announcements that's going on that we need to know about, or
Daily meditations.
daily meditations every day, Tuesday through
Thursday.
Thursday at 12 noon right here at the ISD.
And then August 16th, there will be Let's Talk, and it will be the new biology that will be here after service.
We're in the park
We're in the
that day.
park that day.
Oh,
August
August
16th.
16th.
August 16th.
we
August
just changed it.
You exchanged
Yeah,
it?
yeah. September
No,
19th is our Emerald Ball.
Let's go.
So we're gonna be outside, it's just beautiful, no problem, we can still have that conversation, right?
Not if you're listening to it, no.
Right, and she has to have it.
What?
Because you're actually watching it. No,
Right.
it's not.
Oh, it's like.
Can we do it the following Sunday?
No,
It's
because
only
I
on
won't
that.
have access to it. I won't have access to it for a week.
Okay, so can we do the picnic on the next Sunday?
The cookout?
I mean, the cookout.
Thank you.
Can we do that?
The following Sunday.
But we also have a showing at the Empowerment Center too.
Well, yeah, so they're gonna be, so if you guys, y'all can do that, that's fine. So at the Empowerment Center the following Friday, I'm also doing another one. It'll be from 7 until,
Yeah, Friday. Okay.
yeah. So it'll be the, what was that, the 20th? I think it's the 21st.
That'll be the 14th.
Yeah, the 21st is the Friday.
So
So,
it's the 16th and the Friday, those are the two, and the
those were the 2
21st.
days.
Okay.
Well, the 20, I don't know anything about the 21st, but those were the 2 days. Well, yeah, the 21st.
That's Friday.
14th. No, I know, it was supposed to, the talk is actually occurring here, but it's in California.
Okay.
So we can view it the very next day. And then I only have access to it until
Friday night.
Yeah.
What kind of talk is this?
It's the new biology, the biology of belief, where, you know, your environment, spiritual belief, all of that affects your biological makeup.
Who originated that?
It's the writer Bruce Lipton.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
It's
So it's
one of
a
the books
talk.
that we study here.
Yeah. So it's a talk, he's doing a talk in California, and the talk is actually happening that Saturday night. So I have access from it that Saturday night for 7 days is how long I have access to the talk. Yeah.
So where you gonna watch it Saturday night?
I'm going to sleep Saturday night while it's happening because it's gonna be like 11 or 12 o'clock at night here while it's occurring. Yes, so I'm gonna be asleep. So the next day, I was inviting everyone to watch it with me, and then for us to have a discussion. So, yeah.
So can we just move the picnic to the next?
That's what I said.
Why would we need to do that?
Because
How long is it? Do you know?
Well, I don't know how long the
it's
talk is probably gonna be at least an hour to an hour and a half.
We would
So-
need a TV, or we would need something to watch it on.
Right, and that's why
thought
we
you
were
said
saying,
that.
I was doing 2 of them, so I was doing.
And it's gonna be, yeah, the second
Oh,
one
So
will be
one
on
was
Friday.
gonna be up here for people after service, if people were able to stay, watch it, and, you can have a discussion.
So can we do it here Friday?
It's not till
No,
Saturday night, right?
Oh.
Oh,
Saturday
well,
night.
I mean,
You mean the following Friday following when it comes up?
yeah, so that was gonna be at the Empowerment Center.
She already had it booked.
Yeah, so that was gonna be at the Empowerment Center, and the first one was gonna be here that Sunday.
So can we just move the picnic to the next weekend?
Well, that was my week.
Yeah. I was, really, what do you want me to do or something?
Well, I mean, okay, I mean, look at the chart, because that weekend was a really good chart for us to gather.
On the 16th.
Yeah, so let me look at it, I gotta make a chart up for them to see.
Okay.
We're
well,
still
we-
gonna gather and we're gonna get some.
Yeah, but he's looking at it astrologically.
Oh.
And I guess that's it. So I'm gonna ask that you reach into your pockets and give assistance to the institute without doing her harm to yourself. I said I was gonna stop saying that, right?
Okay, what was that, the next weekend was the 20th,
23rd,
23rd?
Sunday, 23rd.
Can you read your team?
Um,
And what time is it supposed to start? Picnic, I mean, not picnic,
Service
Barbecue?
what time, 12?
Maybe we call it that.
11. I mean, we'll be having service. Come there early, get healed before service, have service, after that, be fellowship, you know, whatever, walk, talk, engage. Stay.
Somebody got a fish fry?
Miss Rose.
I'm a little drink, so it's really easy to drive.
Share around here. I did, but the lighting wasn't perfect, yeah, so.
So you're attached to that,
Wherever you are in your dream right now, you're doing like this. There's somewhere.
Okay, August 23rd. Okay, the sun goes into Virgo that day. So sun 0 degrees Virgo, Jupiter, 2 degrees Virgo, Mercury 24 degrees Virgo, and the moon and the sun square. So it's the first quarter square. Okay. Venus retrograde, Mars and Leo. Okay, so next.
May I suggest that we have some flyers and or tickets by our,
Tickets for raw. Yeah, it's already been worked on.
I'm just saying, have them like available, and it has some.
Yeah, at the cookout. You see me flashing?
Okay, so the, that date, the 23rd, is a lot, it's pretty close to September the 15th, so there's gonna be an event there, and then right after that, it's gonna be September the 15th, so.
19.
No, I'm sorry, yeah, 19th, so it's gonna be a lot for us to do. So we moved it so that we could have the talk.
Oh, I mean, you don't have to.
I was gonna say, how?
It's totally, I mean, it's fine.
I thought that we had an option to go listen to the talk on Friday.
No, I know, that's why I said it's fine for me. I know that.
Do we have that option?
Yeah. Oh, no, that's why it was always 2 days.
Okay.
One was the Sunday and then one was the Friday. Yeah.
So we can go out to the.
Okay, so-
Friday.
Was there a reason you wanted to go for the next?
It's the easiest resolution.
Way to split it up.
I mean, she suggested it, it was the easiest resolution,
Okay,
so that's why I'm saying.
okay, so,
I'm okay.
then, yeah, because we had other work, so this is a choice then we got. We can move it and then have the talk Sunday, right? Or we can have the talk Friday. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question in reference to the energy and the difference between the 2 weekends, like.
The first weekend.
Yeah,
is
the first
better.
weekend, what's
The first weekend is better week. But,
I
okay,
understand, but what makes it better?
oh, okay, all right.
I mean, I know you charted it the first time, you say, okay, all conditions seem to be.
Okay, so,
I mean, I'm fine with it, with the cookout staying the way that it was.
Well,
I mean, I have the second date. I mean, if it's away, it's in Chevrolet. It's right on
But
Orlando.
no, I've seen them, sure. Oh, they are right there on Orlando Road.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
Mhm.
Let me look
Yeah,
up
so
the
it's
chart.
fine. I
I'll look
wasn't,
up the chart for the,
It's right next to the Walgreens with Alex and from.
so that's the 16th.
Although that might disrupt some people's schedule, because we're used to meeting up on Sundays, so we're already used to making
Okay,
time to see each other Sundays, and you never,
Okay.
I'm not sure how everybody's Friday schedules are, but that might be a little conflicting. If we could do
Right.
Cause
it 2 Sundays in a row, that would be good.
Kim, what about you? It's quiet.
Well, you know, I have to not put people through what I go through. And I was gonna say, let's start at 7 in the morning, watch the show and go to the. Solution, right?
Look, everybody meet here and watch
Right.
You know what, that's an easier solution.
I was like, of all the cooks, they might not want to get. 4 a.m.
Because I mean,
Be quiet.
And this is, if we can, because I'm assuming the way that they give me access is through a link. So if that's the discussion, maybe it's the discussion for that Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's the discussion in the.
That's what I thought it was gonna be personally. I wasn't gonna say anything, because I didn't wanna add to the confusion, but I thought that it was going to be a discussion for that Sunday.
Oh, it can be. It can.
Okay,
If I can figure out a way, once I get it, then I can see how I can access it, and if it is a portable
can
internet,
it be recorded?
well, that's what I
But
was just
she's
kind of whispering.
recording.
Because if it is, then yes, we can. You know, so it
Okay,
can
let's do
be.
that.
Yeah, let's.
Well, we also have, at the Empowerment Center, we have a projector. I don't know if we could have access to it, but if you put it up on a white sheet, you'd be able to project it from a laptop or some receptacle. That way people could actually see it.
Right.
Does anybody have a portable Wi-Fi?
Well, see, and that's what I was saying.
Well,
Okay,
that's
well,
an
then
easy
that's all,
solution,
yeah,
though.
that's an easy solution, yeah.
If we can use your portable Wi-Fi, we can watch it, or we just
Yeah.
having Wi-Fi accesses.
So all on Sunday, right?
Right, it'll be the talk for the service.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what.
And then we can have a discussion.
And I was like,
That may be kind of challenging walking in the car because of it's
That's what I'm
daylight.
saying.
Thank
On a white sheet.
Usually with the projector, even with the white sheet, it's best if the lights are low.
Yeah.
You got trees, where you gonna have your sheet at? You be in some shade.
No, he has a good
You
point.
have a good point. It's a reflection.
Yeah.
Don't we have one of those, tents that it's the screen thing around it?
I don't know.
What's that tent you got in Darlene? in that shade?
It's like a 4 to 6 person tent.
No, oh, I'm talking about the
I
food
got
tent
one
type thing that she had.
You don't have.
Okay, fine.
I don't know about that. I know when I have it's a 4 to 6 person
Okay,
sleeping tent.
what did she put on last time?
Okay, let me just give you your answer quick. On the 16th, Venus and the Sun are conjunct Trine and Uranus, so it's Venus and the Sun are conjunct. It's more of play and love and creativity, and Uranus, of course, is humanitarian community. So the Virgo, the second date is more analytical. It's for studying and learning and purification and stuff like that. And planetary aspects are more stressful because the Sun is squaring Saturn, just coming out of the square, and the Moon is in Sagittarius, squaring the Virgo stuff. So it's a little bit more stressful. This is the crescent moon right after the new moon in the beginning. But so one is a more playful energy, the other is a more
Ready to go back to school.
work and study. Okay.
So we just resolved that we still gonna be in the park with the spirit, and we gonna work out a way for us to be able to partake,
In
observe,
the talk.
and view the talk.
And it may be more of hearing it than looking at it. So, because I don't know how much visuals he would have because he's doing a
One person
presentation.
standing there talking.
Right.
Is everybody, physically fit enough to like have a kickball game or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Volleyball, that was already planned.
Oh, y'all prefer volleyball rather than kickball?
That was planned, volleyball.
Well,
Darlene said she would
what-
donate the volleyball.
You got a court up there?
We will make it, but I'm saying Darlene, it had already been planned that she was going to donate that.
She gonna donate a net?
Volleyball, the net and the ball.
The net? Right.
Use badminton for the.
That's a
use
big-
badminton.
You can use the back.
Use the net sponsor for badminton. Make it a universal badminton.
Okay, all right. I know the badminton is like down low, the volleyball is up high, and that's a big.
So you saying that you're not fit enough to do that jump?
You know what I'm saying that to put a volleyball net up, it takes this big net, and it takes a lot to put it. A lot. Usually people have the smaller ones.
Right.
Okay, whatever, we'll make it work.
I like it.
We'll figure out.
I do too.
Yeah, 'cause
It's like
it
a
may be a
family
little bit
reunion
of
type of
everything.
thing. It's easier. You put up the bases, and you kick ball, and you get throw ball, hit some booty.
What's that, dodgeball?
It's like when a person runs, you throw the ball, hit them. Right.
That's dodgeball.
All right, so finding that comfortable space, standing on your square, affirming your oneness with all of creation. And Father, Mother God, we do give thanks for this time that we've come together in oneness and in harmony, knowing that we are the divine ones, allowing that energy to permeate in, through, and around our being, and let us be able to carry that mantle of knowledge, knowing that we are who we've been waiting for. And for this time that we spent together in oneness and harmony, we say Ashe,
Ashe.
Ashe,
Ashe.
Ashe-o.
Ashe-o.
So it is.
So it is.
We all in a contest over there.
Bring your own home. That's what we have, a landing of your own. Yeah, man, nice slacks on the beach.
Sax on the beach, all right.
Right. Welcome back.
bless us. All right, you know what I want.
Yeah,
You know what I want.
You stand next to
Pictures.
Pictures.
Pictures. Pics. World pics.
Yeah.